In this video I'm doing a review of the Kelkaa planner. This one is an undated 12-month planner which has a dashboard style weekly layout. So that's the days of the week on one page and then lots of list space on the right page, and that is my favourite weekly layout. So the page size, it says here that it's 5 inches wide, but when I measured it, it was about 5.25 including the cover, so the inside pages are probably a little bit less, and then 8.25 inches high, so it's a bit more narrow than an A5 planner. It is sewn bound, as you can see. It's got the usual cover, you know, the hard cover that most of them have with that material that's probably that fake leather. It is about, I'd say, half an inch thick. There is nothing printed on the spine. I really love this purple cover though. I have not really seen many sewn bound notebooks offer a nice purple cover, so I really like that. And it also comes in a box for storage or gifting as well. So let's have a look at the inside. So the pages are not bright white, they're not yellow though, they're more of like an ivory colour. At the front you've got this belongs to page, then we just have some blank pages before the planner starts. So it's undated, we've got a yearly index here. Now I'm not really sure what their intention was here. To me, you can't fit much in these spaces. I would have to have some sort of colour key, and there's no space for that, so you might need to add a sticky note, maybe use some dot markers, maybe like red is a birthday and then green is something else and purple, etc. Because there's not really any room to write in here. Maybe you could fit one person's name, or maybe like vacation and then an arrow, but these yearly overview pages, they're a good idea, but for me they're just too narrow to really fit anything in there. It's undated, they don't even put January, February, etc. So if you wanted to, you could start this in like March or whenever you want, because there's nothing pre-filled there. Next we have a vision board and mind map. I've measured the spacing of this dot grid and it is 5mm, which is standard for all, pretty much all dot grid notebooks. I am seeing a fair bit of ghosting. I'm hoping you can see that show up as well, all the lines and all the ink printing. So the pages are quite thin and I don't think they're going to hold up really well in a pen test. I reckon there's going to be a lot of ghosting and bleed through. They do feel quite thin. After that we have the mission statement. So well, that's what they call it anyway. Probably wouldn't bother filling that out, to be honest. I will just go into the whole goal planning. I do like this, how it's got a major goal and then a sub goal section, and then you've also got this section for shorter goals as well, so you can have 2 lines to write it and then all your action tasks, and then there's 6 of those. That's it though for the goal planning. There isn't really much else. So I personally like to write a lot. Maybe it's just me though, because I do notice that a lot of planners don't really include many pages for goal planning, so maybe it's just me, but I like to have maybe like 2 to 4 pages per goal if it's a big one, and for a smaller one, a whole page on its own. So this isn't really going to be enough for me, but it's personal preference. I am noticing a few different fonts in this planner, so they've switched. There's this font, then there's a block one, and then there was these numbers are in a different font as well. Little shadow on them, so not sure what's going on there with all the different font choices. We have a morning and evening routine, if you want to fill that out. Then there is a bucket list, which I'm assuming is 1 per week because there's 52 on there. Could use that for like a master brain dump to-do list for the year. Then we go into the monthly spreads. So the monthly calendar are interspersed throughout the planner. So we've got the monthly followed by the weekly, and then the monthly starts again. Do a quick flick. So I really like the lined writing space. There's not many planners that will have line writing space on the monthly calendar, and then you can just put in the dates here. Got a little section up the top here where you could put a priority or a birthday or something, and then do your planning on the lines below. I will measure the line spacing for you, but I think looking at it, it's about 5 to 6mm, which is kind of expected because this page size is smaller than most planners. Like, it's a little bit smaller than A5, and for A5 they tend to do about 5 to 6mm. Line spacing starts on a Sunday, which is not consistent with the weekly spread that starts on a Monday. Got a line note sidebar. I'll measure the width of that for you. The boxes, I did measure those. I think they're about 3 centimeters wide by about 4 centimeters high from memory, but again I'll have that in centimeters and inches, which will be in the blog post linked down below. Then we have the weekly spread, which was of course the main reason why I got this planner. There's boxes where you can put in the dates for each day, or you could put a date dot sticker over the top as well. And then it's just simple boxes. You get the same amount of space for each day of the week, including Saturday and Sunday. It's got the same for all the weekdays. Then we have a really big lined writing space and action task list on the right. The line spacing has changed though. It's a lot smaller than that monthly calendar. I'm assuming you remember what it looks like. I have photos and everything. But this to me, I'm thinking it's about 7 or 8 mil line spacing, so it has increased quite a bit. And then we've got an action task list down the bottom. I like the weekly spread. It's simple. You could customize it to however you want. You could just add some like washi tape or something and create extra sections. Maybe you got a work, personal to-do list, and then other little things. However you like to categorize out your to-dos for the week. So after those weekly, it just goes back to the next monthly calendar, and that repeats the whole way through. There are 3 ribbon bookmarks with this planner, which I'm quite happy about because most of them will normally only have 1 or 2, and to me 3 is what you need. You need 1 for the monthly, 1 for the weekly, and then 1 for the notes pages at the back. And they're all different colors as well, which helps to find what you're looking for. So I have page marked these notes pages at the back, which increases the line spacing. Again, it's about that 7-8 mil that you see on the weekly spread. And I have noticed as I've been flicking through this planner that the printing can change, so it's a bit like lighter shaded, and then as you go on it might be more bold. So I don't know if that's just a printing thing or not, just a minor thing I picked up on. There's no page numbers on this note section, which is a little disappointing because it is a very big lined note section. So I'll just show you, see how many pages versus the weekly. So there's heaps, way more than most planners include. I think some page numbers would be helpful. You've got heaps of space here, so even though they skimped on the goal planning section, there's so many pages in the back here that you could repurpose for that. And I also like some of the other little extras that are included at the back here. Just show you, we've got books read, so you can put the book, title, date, and then new things that you learned. And if you don't want to relate that to the book, you just want to do this as like a reading list, you could just do this as an annual like overview, review. We have a reflection section. Some of their questions I personally wouldn't really fill out because they're just not to my liking. I just like more task-based, goal focused, what did you do, instead of more the feelings kind of review like this one here. I probably wouldn't bother with that. Then we have a places traveled section. So I really, really like this. I have a world scratch-off map on my wall. So this one, if you don't have the space for that, you could just color in the little maps they've included here. And they've got all little countries printed, really nice and detailed. And then the places that you traveled and the dates that you went to, kind of like a travel bucket list. They've got that for each continent and even done by states and all the countries, so you can color them in. Really, really love that. And then that's it. So at the back here we have a pocket folder, and there is some goodies in here. And there's also the elastic band to keep everything closed. So it's undated, but some of them do, like this one, include little dates at a glance calendars if you wanted like a reference calendar. It actually goes all the way up to 2022. Which is pretty good. Then we have some stickers, not functional, more just like, I guess, motivational quote kind of ones. I probably wouldn't use them in very much functional planner, but they're there if you would like them. And there is the website, but I actually got it off Amazon. So you can get it off their website or Amazon direct, up to you. I just find Amazon is a bit cheaper sometimes, especially if you're buying in bulk with shipping. So that's it for this review. I'll have all the details linked down below with the page size and all these dimensions in inches and centimeters. All of that will be in the blog post. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually do a different planner review video each week.